Let me ask you something real. When was the last time your own mind became your worst enemy? You wake up and before your feet hit the floor, the thoughts start flooding in. I'm behind. I'm not good enough. What if I fail again? And suddenly, before the day has even begun, you've already lost the battle in your mind. We don't talk about this enough. Most people are living their entire lives inside a mental prison built by fear, doubt, and negative thinking. Not because they want to, but because no one ever taught them how to break free. But here's the truth. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you have, and it can either fight for you or against you. If you don't learn to take control of your thoughts will control you. And that control, it will shape everything. Your emotions, your decisions, your relationships, your future. So let's be clear. Positive thinking is not a luxury. It's a survival skill. This world will throw storms at you. You'll be challenged, criticized, rejected, and disappointed. That's life. But what determines whether you rise or fall isn't the storm, it's how you think during it. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Not talent, not luck, not even opportunity. It's mindset. You see, most people think that positive thinking is about being naive or ignoring reality. But that's not what this is about. Positive thinking means that even when reality looks dark, you still choose hope. Even when the odds are against you, you still take the next step. It's not about denying the struggle, it's about refusing to be defeated by it. And here's what's crazy. The thoughts you think today are building the world you'll live in tomorrow. Every time you repeat a negative thought, you dig the same mental trench deeper, but every time you choose a better thought, a hopeful one, a courageous one, you begin to climb out of that trench. You create a new path, a new life. You are not powerless, you are not broken, and you are not stuck. You have more control over your mind than you've been led to believe, but no one is coming to flip that switch for you. You've got to take responsibility for your mindset, just like you would your health or your goals. That's what this video is about. I'm not here to give you empty motivation. I'm here to show you how to rewire your thinking, how to take the negativity that's been running your life and turn it into fuel for something greater. Because once you learn how to think positively, truly and intentionally, your entire life will begin to change. Now let's break it down, starting with the foundation of positive thinking. How to think positively. It's a foundation of positive thinking. Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that crosses your mind? Is it stress, fear, regret, or frustration? If it is, you're not alone. Most people don't realize this, but your first thought can shape your entire day. And your days, when added up, shape your entire life. That's why learning how to think positively isn't just some feel-good advice, it's survival, it's power. Because how you think determines how you live. You can't have a positive life with a negative mind. It's just not possible. Now, let's be clear. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means making a decision to believe that no matter how hard things are, you have the strength to overcome. It means trusting that setbacks are setups for comebacks, that failure isn't final unless you quit, that you can face life head-on and grow through. Most people are stuck in cycles of negative thinking because they've never been taught to challenge their thoughts. But here's the truth. Your mind is not your enemy. It just needs to be trained. Just like a muscle, your mind becomes stronger with intentional effort. Not by becoming aware of your self-talk. What are you constantly telling yourself? Are you speaking life into your dreams, or are you killing them before they even begin? Are you lifting yourself up or tearing yourself down with every thought? Your inner dialogue matters more than you think. If you keep feeding yourself negativity, your confidence, peace, and motivation will starve. That's why you need to interrupt those limiting beliefs. When your mind says, I can't, respond with, I'm learning. When it whispers, I'll never make it, say, watch me try. Stop allowing fear and doubt to control the conversation. You have the power to rewrite the script. And here's another truth. Positive thinking is a choice. It won't always feel natural, especially when life hits hard. But every day, you have the opportunity to take control of your focus. You can focus on problems or you can focus on possibilities. You can dwell on pain, or you can search for purpose. Be mindful of your environment too. Your thoughts are shaped by what you consume and who you surround yourself with. If you're always around negativity, drama, and gossip, it's going to influence your mindset. Protect your peace. Feed your mind with inspiration, truth, and hope. This is the foundation of positive thinking, awareness, intention, and action. It starts small, but it changes everything. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. And that response begins in your mind. Take back your power, because once you control your thoughts, you control your life. Rewiring your mind for positivity. Positive thinking isn't just about motivation, it's about reprogramming your mind. Most of us are walking around with outdated mental software, thought patterns that were installed by past trauma, toxic relationships, childhood environments, and repeated failure. And if we don't update that software, we keep repeating the same negative cycles. Here's the good news. Your brain is not fixed. It can change. It can grow. This process is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on how you think, what you believe, and what you practice. That means every time you choose a positive thought over a negative one, you are literally reshaping your brain for the better. But let's be real, it takes intentional effort. Negative thinking is easy. It's automatic for many people. That's because they've been practicing it for years. Worry, doubt, complaining, fear. It becomes second nature. But so can gratitude, optimism, and resilience if you decide to train your mind. So how do you start the rewiring process? First, monitor your thoughts. Pay attention. Most people don't even realize how often they're speaking negatively to themselves and about their lives. So, take mental notes. Are your thoughts filled with complaints, comparisons, and criticisms? Or are they filled with possibility, gratitude, and purpose? Next, when you catch a negative thought, don't let it pass unnoticed. Call it out. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me grow or keeping me stuck? And then replace it. If you think I'm not good enough, say I am learning and improving every day. If you say nothing ever works out for me, switch it to I'm being guided to something better. This isn't lying to yourself. It's choosing to focus on what gives you strength. You're not denying reality. You're reframing it. Another powerful tool for rewiring your mind is affirmation. Speak life into your situation. Words have energy. When you say something with belief, your subconscious mind listens. Start your mornings with words like, today, I choose peace. I choose progress. I choose power. I will not be controlled by fear or failure. Also, practice gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's meaningful. Even on the hardest days, find something to be thankful for. A breath, a lesson, a moment. Gratitude doesn't erase your pain, but it reminds you that life still has beauty. And lastly, visualize your progress. See yourself changing. See yourself thinking clearly, making confident decisions, rising above the noise. When your mind can see the vision, your actions will start to align with it. Rewiring your mind for positivity is a journey. It won't happen in one day, but it does start with one choice. And if you keep choosing better thoughts, over time your mind will start choosing them for you. You're not stuck. You're just one powerful thought away from a breakthrough. Train your mind and your life will follow. Protecting your mind from negativity. Once you begin thinking positively, you'll notice something powerful. It doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your energy. And when your energy shifts, your entire life starts to follow. But here's the catch. Positive thinking must be protected. Negativity is everywhere. It comes through the news, social media, toxic conversations, unhealthy environments, and even your own doubts. If you're not careful, that negativity will slowly creep back in and poison your progress. That's why one of the most important steps to thinking positively is learning how to protect your mental space. Think of your mind like a garden. If you don't pull out the weeds, if you don't guard it, the wrong things will grow. You have to be intentional about what you allow in. Just like you wouldn't let someone dump garbage in your home, don't let them dump it in your head. Start with your surroundings. Who are you spending your time with? Are you around people who uplift you or people who drain you? Some people always bring problems, drama, and fear. If you allow that into your space every day, it's going to affect your mindset. Protect your peace. That doesn't always mean cutting people off completely, but it does mean setting boundaries. You have the right to say, I love you, but I can't let your negativity control my mind. The next thing you must guard is your input, what you watch, listen to, and read. Are you feeding your mind with wisdom, encouragement, and growth? Or are you constantly scrolling through chaos, criticism, and comparison? You can't expect a positive mind if you're feeding it with negative content. Be selective. Choose things that feed your soul and challenge you to grow. And then, there's your inner dialogue. Sometimes the negativity isn't coming from others, it's coming from you. That quiet voice in your head that says, I'm not enough, I always mess up, I'll never change. You have to confront that voice. You have to fight it. Not every thought you think is true, and just because you hear it doesn't mean you have to believe it. Remind yourself who you are and what you're capable of. When a negative thought shows up, answer it. Replace it with truth. I am growing. I am strong. I am focused. I am not who I was. I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Finally, create a positive routine. Make space for silence, reflection, and stillness. Read things that inspire you. Speak words that lift you up. Surround yourself with people and environments that reflect the mindset you want to have. Protecting your mind isn't about avoiding realities, it's about creating a foundation strong enough to face it without being destroyed. When you protect your thoughts, you protect your peace. And when you protect your peace, you become unstoppable, turning setbacks into fuel for growth. Let's face it, life isn't always smooth. Things will go wrong, people will disappoint you, plans will fall apart. And just when you think you're making progress, something unexpected can knock you off track. That's why learning to think positively isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about learning how to respond when it isn't. Every person faces setbacks, but the difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck isn't what they go through, it's how they think through it. Negative thinking in the face of adversity sounds like this: why me? I knew this wouldn't work, I should just give up. But positive thinking? It sounds like this: this is hard, but I'm not done. This is a lesson. There's still purpose in this pain. I'll come back stronger. Positive thinking doesn't make the problem go away, it changes you while you face it. It gives you resilience, it gives you clarity, it helps you move from being a victim to becoming a warrior. But the truth is, every setback is also a setup. A setup for growth. A setup for wisdom. A setup for something greater than what you lost. But you'll never see it if you stay stuck in a negative mindset. Think about the most difficult moment you've ever survived. You're still here, aren't you? You've made it through things you once thought would break you. That's proof that you're stronger than you think. And every time you rise after falling, your mind becomes more powerful, your perspective more refined. To think positively in hard times, ask yourself better questions. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, what did I lose? Ask, what can I gain from this experience? These questions shift your focus from pain to progress. Also, remind yourself, failure is not the end, it's feedback. It's part of the process. Even the most successful people have failed, sometimes more than anyone else. What makes them different is that they use their failure as fuel. They thought differently. They saw setbacks as setups for comeback. So when you fall, and you will, don't stay down. Don't let negative thoughts define your identity. You are not your mistakes. You are not your struggles. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more focused every single day. Remember, the greatest breakthroughs often come after your greatest breakdowns. The most powerful growth happens when you push out of your comfort zone. And the most beautiful transformations often begin in the darkest moments. Stay rooted in this truth. Your current challenge does not define your future. How you choose to think right now will shape who you become. Train your mind to look for opportunity, even in adversity. Let every setback strengthen your mindset instead of shattering it. You're not done yet, you're just getting started. Living a life anchored in positivity. Thinking positively isn't just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. It's not something you turn on and off based on your mood or circumstances. It's something you practice daily, something you build into your identity, something you anchor your life upon. So what does it mean to live a life anchored in positivity? It means you've made the decision that no matter what happens around you, you will choose how you respond. You will choose thoughts that empower you, not paralyze you. You will lead with hope, not fear. With faith, not doubt. With action, not excuses. Living positively doesn't mean you won't feel negative emotions. It doesn't mean you'll never be sad, angry, or discouraged. It means those emotions won't control you. You feel them, but you don't live in them. You acknowledge them, but you don't let them write your story. One of the most powerful ways to anchor yourself in positivity is by creating daily habits that feed your mind and soul. Start your day with intention. Before the world has a chance to throw chaos at you, center yourself. Read something inspiring. Speak affirmations out loud. Set your focus for the day. Protect your peace from the very beginning. Then throughout the day, check in with yourself. Are your thoughts lifting you or limiting you? If you find yourself slipping back into negativity, pause, breathe, reset. This is a journey, not a destination. It's okay to redirect your thoughts as often as needed. Another key is surrounding yourself with people who reflect the energy you want to live in. You become like the voices you hear most. So choose wisely. Uplifting friends, mentors, people who speak life, not fear. People who see possibility, not just problems. You need people around you who remind you of who you are when life tries to make you forget. Also remember to speak positively about yourself. Don't curse your own journey with your words. Don't speak defeat into your destiny. Speak power. Speak purpose. Speak progress. Your words matter. What you say consistently becomes what you believe. And finally, stay rooted in purpose. When you live with meaning, it becomes easier to stay positive. Even on tough days, you'll know your struggle has a reason. Even in the dark, you'll remember there's light ahead. Purpose keeps you grounded. Purpose keeps you going. So today, make a choice, a bold, intentional choice, to be a person who leads with light, who refuses to let the world dim their mindset, who chooses positivity, not just for themselves, but to be a source of strength for others. Because when you live a life anchored in positivity, you don't just survive, you thrive. And when you thrive, you become a light in a dark world. And that light can spark a fire that changes everything. Your positive mindset is your power. Use it, live it, and never let it go. You've just walked through the blueprint of something that can completely transform your life. The power of positive thinking. Not the sugar-coated surface-level kind, but real, raw, intentional thinking that fights back against fear, doubt, and negativity. The kind that rebuilds the foundation of your mind and sets you up to live with purpose, clarity, and strength. Now let's be honest, changing your thinking won't be easy. You've had years of habits, experiences, and influences shaping the way you see yourself and your world. But just because you've been thinking a certain way doesn't mean you're stuck that way. Growth is possible, change is possible. And the beautiful thing about your mind is that it's malleable. It can be trained, it can be renewed, it can be rewired. That's the power you hold. Every single day, you have the chance to wake up and choose which thoughts to believe, which voices to silence, and which direction to steer your life toward. You can keep reliving the same old patterns, or you can take the uncomfortable step toward a better version of yourself. Positive thinking is not about ignoring reality. It's about facing it with strength. It's about saying, I know the storm is real, but so is my ability to stand through it. It's about breaking free from the prison of your own mind and realizing that you are the one holding the key. You've learned that your thoughts are not just passing ideas, they are building blocks. They are either constructing the life you want or reinforcing the one you're trying to escape. Every thought is a seed. Plant negativity and you'll harvest insecurity, fear, and regret. But plant positivity and you'll grow confidence, peace, and purpose. you've also seen how important it is to protect that growth. Because once you start thinking better, life doesn't magically get easier, but you get stronger. And when you're stronger mentally, nothing can break you as easily. You're no longer reacting out of fear, you're responding out of power. So don't stop here. Keep doing the work. Keep checking your thoughts. Keep choosing to believe in yourself. Keep protecting your mind like it's sacred, because it is. Your mind is the battlefield. Win there and you win everywhere else. And when those old thoughts come back, and they will, don't panic. Just remind yourself, you're not that person anymore. You're no longer controlled by doubt. You're led by discipline, courage, and belief. Let this be your reminder. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your negative thoughts. You are the thinker of those thoughts. And that means you have the power to change them. So today, choose wisely, think powerfully, live intentionally. Because once you master your mind, you master your life. And remember this, your breakthrough doesn't start when life gets easier. It starts the moment you decide to think differently. Your best life begins in your mind. Now go live it.